Party! Yay! That was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? A bit of an anticlimax. Moneta Party! Hi everybody, I'm Hayley from SewHayleyJane. Welcome back, and I'm here today to share with you my Moneta dress and a few other sewing themed favourites for February. Although some of them I've had a bit longer than February. But anyway, onto the Moneta. So if you are on Instagram, I'm sure it won't have escaped your notice that this weekend is the hashtag Moneta Party, which was organised by Elle, Rachel and Abigail, collectively known as the Triple Stitches. So they decided to host this party. They first mentioned it or released the idea for it in January. And the idea is that you sew the Moneta dress from Collect Patterns, post a picture on Instagram over this weekend, and there are some amazing sponsors. These girls have managed to get some really awesome sponsors, so there are prizes to be won as well. It's just such a great idea. I think it's a fab idea, and I was definitely excited. I've seen a few people make the Moneta before, and so I've had my eye on it for a little while. So this was the little shove to go for it. So I shall show you the pattern first. It's from Collect Patterns. I think on the Collect website you can only purchase it as a PDF, but I prefer a paper pattern anyway, and which I bought from Guthrie and Garney, and it's just such a good pattern. Honestly, it's so quick, it's really versatile. Over this weekend there's going to be hundreds of different versions. You know, if anybody has the same version, I'll be really surprised. So you can do, they've got version 1, which is sleeveless with a lined bodice and a collar, which is very pretty. Version 2 has short sleeves, and version 3 has 3/4 length sleeves. So I went for version 3, although the sleeves are a little bit shorter than what I would say was 3/4. I'm happy with them, I really like them. If I wanted 3/4 length though, I would probably lengthen them. And it's amazing. You can get it's sized from extra small to 3XL, which is a huge range. I think that's really fantastic. I cut a large, the bodice, so I cut a large at the bust and graded to an extra large at the waist. And I stuck with the extra large for the hips as well, because it's a it's a loose skirt that, you know, flows down from the waist, so I didn't need to worry about fitting the hips. So let me show you, I'll try and show you. So there you go, that's my Moneta. I'm just kneeling, crouching down a little bit. It has pockets, everybody loves a good pocket. And it comes just, you can't quite see, it comes just below knee length. I am so pleased with it, I absolutely love it. It was a really quick dress to make as well, I always enjoy a quick make. The fabric I bought from Fabworks. They are one of the sponsors of the Moneta Party, and they had a discount available for people using their fabric to make Moneta. So it's called Cozy Rosy, and it certainly is. It's a double knit ponte, and it's kind of it's textured, so it's kind of a jacquardy texture, which is lovely. I think it's maybe slightly the wrong time of year for this kind of colour. I love it, and I will wear it all the time, probably in autumn. And do you know what? I make your own fashion rules. I think I would probably wear this in the height of summer if it wasn't so warm. It's quite a thick knit, so it is definitely a cosy dress, and it's lovely. It's really perfect dress. The only thing I would change slightly is to bring the neckline in a little bit at the shoulders, just because I get a bit of bra strap poking out there. But yeah, I don't think there's very much to say. You probably all know the details of this dress, but it's gathered at the waist with elastic, clear elastic, which I've never done before, and I thought it was brilliant. I followed the tutorial that one of the triple stitches, I can't remember which one, put on their blog, which was really helpful. Just making sure that you mark various points along the elastic and add a couple of extra notches into your skirt pattern to match them up. Makes it so much easier than just having the 4 that the pattern suggests. So yeah, it's fantastic. I have worn it out. I've got lots of compliments on it, which is lovely. I think this is probably my favourite bake ever, and I'm going to make a million versions. It's fantastic. I managed to finish it in time for Valentine's Day last week, nearly 2 weeks ago. And it's red, perfect dress for Valentine's Day, really. Especially, we were eating at home. It's a big meal, and this dress is very forgiving for a big meal as well. So yes, there's nothing more to say. I think it's a great dress. I have written a blog post about it, which I posted on Friday, so I'll link to that below, and you can read a little bit more and see some nice pictures. Well, hopefully nice pictures. So yes, that is the Moneta. Overall, a big thumbs up for that one. It's a big old win. Okay, so now I wanted to show you some of my sewing favourites. I've seen a few vloggers do a sewing favourites video, which I think is a good idea. I don't think I'll do one every month. I don't think I'll have enough to show you every month. But this month I've got a few things. So I shall start with one of my Christmas presents was the Sew Crafty Dressmaking journal. So I had my eye on this for a little while, ever since it came out actually, and I think it's fantastic. I think I may have used it slightly wrong, but you know, I think that's okay. So inside, so I'll show you actually my notes for the Moneta. So you can add swatches of the fabric that you're using, and write down any fabrics and notions that the pattern needs and where you got them from, and how much the pattern requires as well. So you can also put the date that you started and the date that you finished, so you know roughly how long it took you to make it, although I will make a very easy quick sew over maybe 1 or 2 weeks, because I struggle to sit down and sew for an entire day. But this dress could definitely be made in an afternoon easily. So you put what went right, what went wrong, what you do differently next time. So the only thing I said was to bring the shoulder seam in a little bit. I think this is probably for a picture of the finished garment as well. And you can also write down any notes, things that you changed along the way, as well as a little line drawing. So I think it's just such a good idea. I've only just started writing down my projects, which I really should have been doing from the beginning. I went to make a second dress that I've already made before, the rosy dress actually that I showed a couple of vlogs ago. I went to make a second one and I got my pattern out and I'd made all kinds of alterations and didn't write them down, and I had no idea what I did. I didn't know which pattern piece was the right one because I traced a couple off. I made a couple of toiles. So I had no idea what I was doing. So I put it away and made something else instead. So yes, I will definitely be using my journal from now on for everything. I think that's just such a good idea. Second sewing favourite has to be my pattern weights from Oh Sew Quaint. that I bought to go in the February boxes, SewHayleyJane boxes. If you haven't seen, I run a business selling sewing subscription boxes, which I will link below so you can have a look. And these pattern weights were in the February box, and they are gorgeous. I love them. I'm more generally I lean more towards pinning a pattern to the fabric, but for tracing this is perfect. So I have a roll of tracing paper so it stops it from rolling back up. So these are great. I love them, and they're just so pretty. They just brighten up what could be a slightly dull experience tracing. I hate tracing. It's so boring, but they're great. I'll do a little close up. Ta-da. So we've got two macarons and 2 donuts. But she does all sorts. She does fondant fancies, and there are different colourways. She started doing some more pastel coloured ones as well. And I think she might be starting to do magnetic donuts for sticking your pins on, so that's great too. Okay, the final thing that I want to show you was my Valentine's Day present. Most girls like flowers and chocolates. I had no idea that my husband was going to get this. You ready? So they are bookends. They are Singer sewing machine bookends. I'm showing you the right way around. Yeah. These are fantastic. You can get them on Amazon. I will link them below if you're keen on getting some for yourself. And yeah, they're just gorgeous. I love them. He did well. Didn't he do well? I think so. So yeah. Perfect. So that would be great for putting all my sewing books together, keeping them together. So that's pretty cool. So that is everything for today. I am excited. I'm about to start ordering all the bits and pieces for the March SewHayleyJane box. That is my job for Monday. It's very exciting. I love it, and I get really excited when they start arriving. And I've just forgot to tell you as well, I went to the CHSI Stitches trade show last weekend, which was so exciting. It was my first experience of a trade show. It wasn't open to the public, it was for shops and businesses. And oh my gosh, it was a bit of an assault on the senses. It's at the NEC in Birmingham, which is a huge warehouse, and I don't think there were any windows at all, and there were just stalls everywhere, fabric, patterns, notions, haberdashery. Oh, it was lovely. I was in a little space of heaven, and yes, it was very exciting. So I did find a particular fabric that is going to go into the luxury box, which has arrived already, and it is beautiful. I'm so excited, and I've seen some other fabric that I want for the mini and medium boxes, which I'm going to order tomorrow. So yes, it's going to look really good. I think it's going to be a really pretty box. So that's really exciting. I hope you will have a really lovely week. Have you sewn the Moneta dress? If you have, send me a message. I want to see pictures. I want to see what everyone else has done, because I want to make so many more of the Moneta dresses. So it's always good for inspiration. So yes, have a lovely week everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye!